Now to the eastern edge of Europe, where a new war seems to have been barely averted. Another war between Armenia and Azerbaijan, two former Soviet Union states. They've been at loggerheads over a region called Nagorno-Karabakh. It's technically an Azeri region, meaning it is in control of Azerbaijan, but its inhabitants are ethnic Armenians. Now, yesterday, Azerbaijan launched an attack here. They called it an anti-terrorist operation. They sent in troops and supported them with artillery fire. And remember, this region is very sensitive. Nagorno-Karabakh has seen two wars in the last 30 years. And yesterday, it looked like a third was about to begin, but thankfully, it seems to have been halted. For now, a ceasefire has been declared, and this is courtesy Russia. Moscow was involved in stopping the hostilities. Here's what the Azeri Defense Ministry said while declaring the ceasefire.
An agreement was reached on the suspension of local anti-terrorist measures. It was ensured that the listed processes were carried out in coordination with the Russian peacekeeping contingent.
He said the anti-terrorist measures have been suspended, meaning they will stop the bombardment of Nagorno-Karabakh. The attacks began yesterday after 6 Azeri people were killed, allegedly by a Nagorno landmine. The victims were reportedly 4 soldiers and 2 civilians. After that, Baku launched its offensive. That's the capital of Azerbaijan, Baku. In about 24 hours, the Azeri forces wreaked havoc on Nagorno-Karabakh. Bombs rained down on the enclave. Gunfire was heard all around. Baku said it targeted only military installations. But many residential areas seem to have borne the brunt of the Azeri operation.
There are no military objects here, only residential houses. In the building, there are pensioners and handicapped people.
Azerbaijan released videos to back its claims, to show that this was just a counter-insurgency operation. They showed attacks on military outposts. And Baku claims that these were operated by 2 factions, illegally armed Armenian groups from Nagorno-Karabakh and units of the armed forces of Armenia. As part of the ceasefire, both these groups have been asked to disarm. They are to hand over all their weapons and ammunition to the Azeri forces. And have they accepted this demand? Well, one group has, the armed Armenians in Nagorno-Karabakh. They've accepted this. But the other group, the Armenian troops, have not. They say they were not even there. Armenia says it had no troops present in Azeri territory. And Nagorno-Karabakh is Azeri territory. It is internationally recognized as part of Azerbaijan. It has some 120,000 people. Most of them are ethnic Armenians. And how did that happen? Well, both Armenia and Azerbaijan were once part of the Soviet Union, and the Soviets decided to make Nagorno-Karabakh autonomous. It was autonomous, but left within Azerbaijan. This was a way of finding a middle ground to prevent a war. But it did not help. When the Soviet Union disintegrated, a war broke out anyway. Armenia and Azerbaijan fought over this conclave. Thousands died in the first war over this. And the region declared that it was an independent country. Even today, they call themselves the Republic of Artsakh. But most of the world does not recognize it. Until 3 years back, the region maintained its de facto independence. They did it with the help of Armenian troops. But in 2020, all of it changed. Azerbaijan and Armenia fought a 6-week war. In the end, Azerbaijan prevailed. It established control over the enclave. Armenia had to withdraw its troops from the region. And the peace was brokered by Russia. It helped end that war. It also deployed some 2,000 peacekeepers in the region. This was to reassure Yerevan, Armenia, to show that Armenians in the enclave would be protected. Yesterday, when the bombing began, the Russian peacekeepers swung into action. They helped evacuate people from the most dangerous locations.
Our peacekeepers are working very actively with all sides involved in the conflict. They do everything to protect civilians. There are more than 2,000 civilians in our main base camp. More than 1,000 of them are children. I repeat, we are in very close contact with all sides of the conflict. With the respective authorities, I hope we will be able to reach a de-escalation and a peaceful solution.
It seems Moscow did help de-escalate the situation. Azerbaijan's defense ministry mentioned the Russian peacekeepers. They said they would help coordinate the terms of the ceasefire. But there's a hitch. Armenia says it was not part of these discussions.
Of course, we familiarized ourselves with the text of the ceasefire agreement between Nagorno-Karabakh and Azerbaijan, although the Republic of Armenia did not participate in any way in the formation of this text and was not party to the discussions.
That doesn't seem like a permanent solution. Unless all sides come to the table and agree on a way forward, this conflict could resume in the days ahead.